Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people. Let's get it going here, my gods. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. What's happening here for Pisces gang? Talk to me. What do you got for us in late May 2025? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. Late May, what's the vibe? What's the energy? We're still using the Alice in Wonderland, having a grand old time with this deck. So let's see what we have. There we go. Nice and quick. Okay. I wonder what will happen next. So this is most definitely somebody like looking into the future. There could be a little bit of decoding going on with this card. Yeah, that was a little creepy. I do like that blue dress though. But yeah, to me, I always say we don't always have to just take it at face value with what it says. Now, this could be your energy. It could be somebody else's. But there could be certain things that you either at least feel are up in the air or are up in the air for whatever reason. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button, tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So on an intuitive level, when I see this, it does fit the Piscean energy that we classically hold. Because to me, this energy does feel like it could be doing a little daydreaming and a little imagination, and everyone knows Pisces has a very rich mind. So when I see this, it's like, all right, yeah, someone's considering, thinking about either a very particular subject or the future. Now, especially Pisces, it's a sign that has a lot of insight and intuitive energy. So when I see something like this, where it's like, all right, well, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? Sometimes that could be because the universe is like giving you little signs and signals. So in this time, watch out for signs, synchronicities, like the universe could be trying to communicate something to you here. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward too, where it could just be someone where it's like, okay, how is this actually going to wind up? Is this where it ends? Is there more to the story? Like, to me, there feels like there's something that, I don't want to say it's unfinished, but there's more. That's how this card is presenting itself to me. Because if you're wondering what's going to happen next, it's like, okay, there needs to be something leading that train of thought. But yeah, there's a lot of thinking going on. We're just going to leave her over there. She could keep thinking. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Pisces gang. What do you got for us? Late May. And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Some pretty good energies. Now, it wasn't like a perfect ideal reading, but it was titled An Unexpected Win. Now, I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's like monetary. Some of you might just had a couple of really good days. Could be job stuff, career stuff, interpersonal relationships. To me, it felt like something good happening like out of the blue or out of nowhere. So if that hasn't happened for you yet, just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Pisces people. What's happening in late May? Thank you. Okay, King of Swords. And I've just been getting a lot of court cards for all the water signs this week for some reason. King of Swords is different. I mean, it is in its mind, it's in its brain, but it's just like very, very logical. Let's get a couple more. I don't want to read too much into that just yet. We have lots of swords. 5 of Swords. This could be a little anger happening here. Let's get one more. Because the energy of determination is beautiful with these first 2 cards. I really like that. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles, this energy, it's just like cooling off. So whether you're trying to let something cool off, maybe there's someone that's in that stage where it's like, all right, let's just let this cool off for a minute. Let the intensity come down. That's initially what's showing up to me here. I feel like there should be no rush. There shouldn't be a lot of pressure when I see this mixture of cards. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first. Obviously, we have a lot of swords here, which is air. So whether I mean, it could be something about the mind, the thought process. This is a card of logic, planning, and strategy. It could also be communication. That's what the swords rule over. And we have the earthy pentacles right here on the back end, where it's a little more grounded. This could speak about like work, business, family, material aspects of life. So it's like we have the air, which is like very flighty, and then we have this energy on the back end, which is grounding. That's why it's telling me, like, with all the determination with these two front cards, the Seven of Pentacles is like, just give it time. I don't know why that's showing up. There's just something about just give it time. But let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out, though, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of layers here. Now, position number one, we're starting with the King of Swords, big air sign energy. So you might be connected to one. This could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, if this isn't a person you're connected to, kings represent control of their respective suit. So the King of Swords is all about keeping the mind in check, keeping the thoughts in check. It's a very strategic, plan-based type of energy. So again, maybe there's something that Spirit wants you to strategize or put some structure around it. Whatever things you're dealing with, it's like you shouldn't be winging it here with the King of Swords. It's more like there needs to be structure to it. So again, if it's not strategy or planning, this is a very determined card as well. Now, in its positive sense, it could be someone that controls the flow of communication. So whether that's you, whether that's somebody else, the King of Swords is like, I control how something's communicated. Now, in the challenging sense, the King of Swords can be quite mean. It could be an energy that's quite harsh. This is a no games, no BS, no nonsense type of energy. So for some Pisces, yeah, maybe that's a mode you're in. And everyone knows Pisces is normally one of the softer signs in the zodiac. Not soft in a bad way, but more understanding. But when I see the King of Swords, it's like, not so understanding. This is pretty harsh, because that King of Swords, he could cut. So we'll see what's up with this when we clarify. That's for sure, because the energy could be quite harsh. And the reason I'm saying that, which could potentially make this a warning, is the card that we have right next to it, the Five of Swords. So all that stuff about determination and all the things we spoke about, we could like double it, we could triple it when the Five of Swords is here. Now let's talk about the positives of this card. The Five of Swords could be someone that's just doing what's right for themselves, looking out for their own best self-interest. It's a very solitary type of energy. It's a independent type of energy, which isn't a bad thing. But this also does have a darker side to it. It could be very angry. It could be very aggressive. It could be very conflicted. So whether it's internal confliction or outside of themselves with other people, this is an energy that butts heads. Worst case scenario, this could be a selfish energy. It could be a narcissistic energy, but we're not going to slap those labels on it yet. It's also just very determined for a specific outcome. So when I see the King of Swords and the Five of Swords, yeah, this energy could be a little tough to deal with. This energy could be outright mean and hurtful. So we want to see if this is a warning, because it could potentially be. Okay, but I mean, at the same time, when I see the King of Swords, Five of Swords, it's like, okay, I'm looking out for number one, like I'm doing what's right for myself. It's like giving me that kind of energy here. Now, moving to the back end, we have the total inverse. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and we see that person there. They're sitting next to that bush of pentacles, just waiting for them to grow. This is a card of patience. It's a card of waiting. So there could be certain things where you're like, you know what, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how it goes. It's very observant. It's not in a rush at all. So whereas this energy up here, it's like just very pushy, very aggressive. Now. The Seven of Pentacles is like, chill out. Take a breath. Take a second. So whether that's an advice from Spirit, I did tell you earlier when these cards first popped out, it's like there might be something, a situation or something you're dealing with where Spirit's just like, give it a little time. There's no need to just ram through. There's no need to force anything. Like when I see the Seven of Pentacles, it's just like, give it a minute. Let it breathe. Now this card in its challenge, it can represent problems too. It can represent impatience. It can represent roadblocks and blockages of all different kinds. And it is a huge karmic card. It's a card of reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So we are getting little karmic archetypes here as well, especially when we combine it with this other stuff we have up front. So I feel this reading, it could be good for a lot of Pisces, but this could also go sideways quick. So I want to dive deeper on all the Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Swords. Let's see, maybe he's a communication of some kind. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the King of Swords here? What is he doing? Okay. Star. This is someone that has some long-term plans. This, I mean, this could be really, really good, actually, Pisces. So I would most definitely keep your eyes open in this time, because it's like someone, they're not planning for today, or the things that they're doing today have like a very long-term effect. Now, take that as you will. For some of you, that could be a bad thing. The way someone's acting and the things they're doing, it could have long-term ripple effects. But I also feel like with the King of Swords and the Star, it's like, no, I need to have this work out. I need to have this outcome, and I will do whatever I have to do to make sure it happens. Like, it's planning for long-term happiness. Now, the Star card in the upright is a huge card of wish fulfillment. If you're connected to an Aquarius with the King of Swords and the Star, their energy is showing up here in a very strong way. But if that's not the case, to me, the Star is like wish fulfillment. It's an energy that pays off in the end. It's blessings. So this could be something that's really good, especially with the King of Swords. There could be something where Spirit's telling you, like, listen, Pisces, you need to think about the long term, not just the short term. Don't think about what's just going on right now or what's just happened. Spirit wants you to shift your thoughts and your gaze to long term for some reason, because things that could be happening right now are going to have an effect going down the road. That's just how it's presenting itself to me. Let's keep moving. And again, this could be a conversation or a talk too. I'll see when we get more information. But when I see the King of Swords with the Star, it's like, oh, I was expecting that to be a lot worse. So this most definitely could be an important or serious talk, like with the King of Swords. But it's like, that went better than I thought it would. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. Like I went into it all tense and expecting the worst, but actually it went well. It's so peculiar how the energy's coming through this week. Let's see what's up with the Five of Swords. Okay. Someone might want to make peace in some sort of way, or like let something calm down. That's a theme I've been getting since the very beginning. So in this time, watch out for like peace offerings from people, even if they're very subtle. If there's people you've been having tensions with, like whether it's friends, family, coworkers, whatever it might be. Like when I see the Five of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's like, I don't want to make something worse. So to me, it's just giving me peace offering for some reason. So just keep that in mind. Now, the Knight of Swords can also be a very aggressive energy if he's in the upright. It's moving forward. It's very aggressive. It's keeping things going. When he shows up in reverse underneath the Five of Swords, it's like, okay, it's gotten to this point. Let's diffuse this. That's just energy. And remember, knights, they could also represent communication. So I also have this energy that's very open to communication. Another one that's a little bit closed off, but there is something that needs to be addressed too. So I do still get this energy of like a serious or an important talk of some kind, but I think it's going to be a good thing. I really do. I've gotten it like in both of these, at least a little bit. And there's also this peace offering type of energy. So see how that elapses for you. But if there are tensions between you and a person, this could be someone they're trying to not make it worse, if that makes sense. Let's go in on the Seven of Pentacles. So now we're starting to get a clear picture. There's a lot of communication. Let's go. Let's see what the Seven of Pentacles has. Then we'll do a quick recap before the shadow. So why is that 7 here? Thank you. Devil in reverse. Time will help. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. So we have the Devil in reverse. So this could be Capricorn energy if you're dealing with one. Devil in reverse is still a little sticky, right? Like the Devil is an energy where like once it's there, and it's hard to resolve. So we still have this little thread that I've been picking up here where there is something that needs to be addressed. That's just how it feels to me. But Devil in reverse underneath the Seven of Pentacles, I know there's this cliche, time heals all wounds or time heals all. I'm not saying it's technically that, but I do feel something getting better with time. So the more patient you are, the better. That's how it feels. Like when I see the devil in reverse under the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, no, it's only a matter of time. Like this energy should improve. This energy should get better. But it's something that you can't rush. It's something that you can't force. That's the big thing. So in this time, there could be certain things that pop up where you want to rush it or force it or just make it happen. Or maybe you're dealing with someone that's a little pushy. It all really depends. But when I see the Seven of Pentacles with the devil in reverse, it's like just if you give it a little time, that's going to make a huge difference. So again, whether that's a work thing, whether it's a relationship thing, it's like time will reveal all in a good way, in a good way. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So intriguing mixture of stuff with the overarching theme. I do feel like there could be certain things that need to be addressed and talked about. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the King of Swords with the star in the upright. Long-term plans here. Either someone has plans for the future and they're not letting them on just yet. This could be things you're going through right now that could have a ripple effect, long-term ripple effect. So keep that in mind. But another thing I picked up here, a serious or important talk that goes better than expected. That's how it feels. Now moving to the middle, we have the Five of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So to me, it felt like a peace offering, somebody that's not trying to make something worse. It's gotten to the point it's gotten to, but this energy is more open to communicating. This one's a little more closed off, but I do feel this communication's coming at some point. Moving to the back end, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Devil in reverse. Time is going to help this a lot, whatever it might be, whatever it is you're going through. So whether it's a wait and see approach, to me, the energy just tells me it matures and gets better with time. So I'm not saying it's going to make things perfect, but it's going to improve things at the very least. It really all depends on your patience. That's the big thing. So Pisces, please take a screenshot if you want to look into this further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. If you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got? There we go. Discretion, discernment, right? I mean, in this deck, the card is called Discretion, but it is the Judgment card. That's literally what this is. Now, I always say about Judgment, it's Plutonian, it's explosive, it's change-based, it's highly, highly spiritual as well. Now, what's the shadow side of Judgment? Sometimes it could be an energy that's a little too intense. So when I look at the shadow side of this, there's two shadows. Either one, it's an indecisiveness. So some Pisces, you might be dealing with a situation where you're kind of caught in the middle, where it's like, I see the good, I see the rough. It's like, oh, I don't really know which way to go. This could be like analysis paralysis. But for another portion of you, it's an energy that just feels super intense. So again, I'm not sure if you're dealing with a very intense individual, a very intense situation. Like the energy just feels like it's a lot, which brings us back to the point we had here on the back end. Okay. Judgment's good for moving things forward. It's very karmic, but it just moves quick. That's the vibe here. So there could be something that goes quicker than you think. I know we were talking about patience and time and all this other stuff. But Judgment in the shadows tells us that something could move quicker than expected, which could be a really good thing. That could be actually a claimable card. So we're going to put it down right there, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You could go check out my digital calendar for availability. But for the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of the most beautiful new decks out there, the Stained Glass Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one is your favorite? Not your sign. Which one do you work best with? Which flows with your energy? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.